Hey! How goes it? It's been a long time. Man, I cannot believe that 2014 is already here. I mean, can you believe it? I've got a story to share with you guys. Now, this is a tale that I've been wanting to tell you guys for a really long time, but for whatever reason, it's just never happened. Now, this tale takes me back to the summer of 2013. It was a glorious year. It was a great year. I remember that year. It's a cat. It takes me back to the year of 2013. We had just traversed away from our own homestead to travel to our grandparents' home. Now, we had some cousins and whatnot that were hanging out in the same area, so, you know, the entire house was kind of flooded with people. Some people were sleeping upstairs, some people were sleeping downstairs, and some of us were sleeping in the basement, down below, inside the earth's crust. Now, don't get me wrong, our grandparents have a nice basement. It's quite quaint, it's slightly posh. I completely enjoy sleeping down there because, you know, summertime it gets kind of warm. You sleep down in the basement. I don't know, there's just something nice about sleeping down there. It was fun. Now, before I continue any further, I want to clarify a single point. I would like to say that I don't have arachnophobia. I would like to say that I have Noctarachnovermisrepophobia, which is the fear of spiders and earwigs crawling in your ears when you sleep. Trust me, it's an actual thing. No, it's not. I made it up. But I can't say that. I have both of them! Yay! It's great! So great. We're staying down in the basement through this entire, vacation. And no spiders came to my attention. It was perfectly fine. I didn't even think about it. Didn't even cross my mind. Okay, that's a lie. I was thinking about spiders the entire time. Every night when I went to sleep, I would lay there thinking, "Don't touch me." And we never saw any spiders. So we thought, hey, we're home free. The very last night we were there, all our cousins had fled to their places unknown, namely their homes, and we were the only ones still left there because we had a little bit more time just chilling because they're far away. Now with everyone gone, I was the only one there. So I had an entire floor to myself. I thought, hey, this is cool. I can just chill down here. As I'm descending the staircase, in order to get into the basement, I start hearing my sister's voice in my head. Now, a couple of days before, she made just sort of a side comment. I don't even know why this was playing in my head now, but she said, "Hey, I saw a dead spider in your room the other day." And for some reason, I kept hearing that, and it kept playing over and over and over in my head. I didn't know why or where it came from, but it just suddenly started playing. With every step I took, it played louder and louder and louder, like there was an orchestra orchestrating inside my cerebral cortex, and it was bouncing off every viable surface. I decided to ignore it. Fun! So, with my heart brimming with bravado and confidence, I decided, hey, let's descend into these murky depths. So I went into my room. So I'm about to lay down and let my head rest against that comfy little squishy square that we all call a pillow, when I happened to look up in the corner. 2 spiders lying in wait. I could feel their plethora of eyes staring into me, like some sort of demonic staring contest. "We see you." I felt my soul squish together, audibly. It made a crumpling sound. And it hurt. So I kind of, took a second, readjusted my mentality and thought, okay, they're 2 tiny little dots. I can take care of them. So I leave the room and I head down the hallway into the bathroom. so I can grab some toilet paper, which is basically the arachne kryptonite. And I grab a huge ball of it, sort of like this big. Because I don't want to get anywhere near these spiders. Okay, I lied, it was like this big. I'm done living in fear. And so I kind of metaphorically start, painting the lines under my eyes. And I feel this empowerment come into me. I am the Spider Slayer! With my trusty ball of toilet paper in tow, I cavort into my room. I do a backflip over my bed. And I fix the spider with my glare. And they look at me. And I look at them. And they look at me. And I look at them. And as they're distracted by my gorgeous gaze, I wham! Slam the first one up against the wall. He's gone. He's dead. His soul ascended up, down. I felt elation flow into my frame. And so, I thought, hey, you know what? Let's get 2 for 1. So the other spider is directly below it. And so I thought, you know what? I'm just going to do a vertical swipe. I'm going to snag them all. And that blasted paranoia, messing with my internal logic, did not seem to perceive that by sliding down on the wall, I would tweak the spider's web. The spider swung like Spider-Man into the wall, onto the wall, and it stared at me. And so, quick as a flash, I nabbed it, and I wrapped it up. And once again, I felt my victory settling in. I saw a single hairy leg stick out from the toilet paper. It was followed by 7 more, and a body. As quick as a sumo wrestler gobbling down a roll of sushi, that thing was back on the tissue. And it froze for a second. And it looked at me. We locked eyes. And I could almost hear it saying, "If I go down, you're coming with me." And as soon as that fictionalized experience passed me by, the little demon jumped onto my palm and started crawling across my bare flesh. I want to say that I retained my sanity and conquered that little whelp. But much like the Doctor staying in his 10th incarnation, it just didn't happen. I turned from a grown 17-year-old man into a screaming 2-year-old little child. My hands flew. I spazzed out. My fingers turned into bats that tried to escape me. After a couple of deep breaths and a little bit of crying, I gave myself a pep talk. MK, you're like 400 times the size of him. I know, but he has like 4 times as many legs. That doesn't matter. What you gotta do is you gotta conquer this little creeper. Okay. And with my fingers shaking almost 250 miles an hour, I dove. And I reclaimed my gargantuan ball of toilet paper. And I mashed it once again into my hand as the lethal weapon it was. I looked at the little abomination and I said simply, and when a cool catchphrase didn't come to me, I squished it and I said, "Ha!